Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Chris Clark. He is the President and CEO of Quinker Chamber of Commerce. Mr. Clark.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Clark, welcome to the Ambassador Training today. We are very happy because you are part of this training. Thank you very much for your time. We know that you are a very busy person. That's why we really appreciate your time with us.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Well, like you know, the Ambassador Training, it is a long tradition in our program. This training is a fundamental tool for the existence of adult education. Due to the funding and the fact that the people don't know about us, we are at risk all the time. That's why the goal of this training is to prepare students for advocate adult education in the community and of course in the public officials. People in power need to know about the impact that adult education has in the society. They need to know why adult education is essential. Because for one side, a student can learn the leadership skills that can change their lives in the future. And civic engagement can achieve an impact in the society, of course. On the other hand, the public officials and the community leaders need to be aware about the importance that adult education has in their families, in the society, and of course, in the economy of the country. For us, education is the key. If we have an educated people, we will have a better society. And if we have a better society, an educated society, we will have an educated country and a success country. Thank you very much again for your time here. And now you're gonna have a meeting with the new students ambassador. Are you ready for the meeting?
I am. Thank you.
Here we go.
Welcome, Mr. Clark. My name is Rafa Muhammad, and I am from Atlanta, Georgia. We are students from the Adult Education Program who are studying English and also preparing for GED exams. We are 13 student ambassadors representing 13 states and Puerto Rico. We know you are busy, and we are too. We have 20 minutes to meet. And I would like to introduce Kristen.
Hi, Mr. Clark. I'm Kristen McCaskey, and I'm from Florida. We're here today for us to get to know you better and for you to hear our stories. We would like to see if there is a way for us to work together into the future. And we do have a few questions for you, but first Shirley would like to share her story with you.
Hello, Mr. Clark. My name is Shirley Cliff. I am from Oklahoma. I am a single parent of 3 wonderful children, 1 grandchild and 1 on the way. For more than 15 years, I worked in the food industry as management, and however, in 2009, my life took an unexpected change. I was diagnosed with a terminal illness that has since required me to have several rounds of chemotherapy and blood transfusion and plasma transfusion. I transitioned my life from living independently to depending on my family and children to assist me with my daily activities. After depending on disability as a financial support for my family, I decided to volunteer at CWF, which provides educational services and training for people within our community. We have expanded education program to adult. Since then, since I've joined the courses, I feel like I have a difficult time learning, but however, since joining the adult education program, I understand that learning takes place in everything that we do. The adult program makes learning relevant to life, and my skills that I am acquiring has helped me, inspire me to crave more out of life. Before adult education, I would hardly consider speaking in public places, sitting down, interviewing with other people. Now I found myself in front of the class, giving oral presentations, exploring career options that I can accomplish, even with my disabilities. I am thankful for having a place like CWF CWF organization in our community, the service that they offer and value my family and community. I am learning how to believe in myself, I can say something to encourage other people who is going through a difficult time, I will tell them, you can do anything you put your mind to. Don't give up on yourself. Keep striving to do better. Enrolling in an adult education program has been one of the most fulfilling things I have done in almost 10 years. I would encourage everybody to seek out a program in their community and live your life, again, with purpose. Now, Jackie will speak.
Hi, good afternoon. Yeah, my name is Jackie Lunarulu. I'm from San Mateo, California. I was born in 1965 in Seoul, South Korea. Yeah, I have been living in the U.S. for 2 years. I have 2 daughters, and I was a single mom. I decided to come to U.S. to find a better life, and I wanted to start second life with my daughter who was living here. It was not easy to me move to another country because I didn't have any experience living in another country before, and also I couldn't speak English. So when I come to the U.S., I became like a kid, just like a baby. I didn't know lifestyle, and I couldn't understand native speakers speaking, and also they didn't understand me. So I stayed at home almost 1 month, and I thought, what can I do? This is my second life. I can't go back. I didn't want to give up, so I decided to study English. But where should I go? I couldn't go to college because my English level was very low, and also I couldn't go to kindergarten even though I had become a child. And finally, I found San Mateo Other School, and it offered free English classes. To me, it was amazing, and I couldn't believe it. I started in the intermediate low class in San Mateo Other School, and then I continued study for 2 years. The classes helped me to communicate and read, write in English, and also I learned many cultural things, history, lifestyle, volunteering, and setting goals. I am a slow learner, but I could reach my goals step by step because right now I can't speak English. Now I have another dream to become a florist one day. I can't imagine living in the US without adult education. That is just like living in the desert without water. Thank you for adult education. Sorry. I feel very confident in my American life thanks to you. I'm one of thousands of immigrants who want to help and succeed in this country. Adult education gives hope to so many immigrants, and one day we will give back. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, hi Mr. Clark. My name is Lilibeth Miranda. I'm from Colombia, and right now I'm living in Washington, D.C. I came from a family with a very little interest in education. My father only reached 7th grade, my mother only 10 of high school. And also my family was separated by transnational migration. So they decided to stay in Venezuela, and I grew up without my rest of my family in Colombia. So I just tried to call my parents' attention doing something that they never did, going to college. So I started my career, and I studied history, and after I did a research in education, and I started my career as a teacher. Some friends convinced me to participate in a bilingual singing contest, and I participated, and they gave me the scholarship to continue with my English career. And teachers saw me, and because of my educational profile, he told me to participate in a bilingual exchange program here, and they decided to bring me, and I work. Right now I'm working as a Spanish teacher in Washington, D.C. in a vulnerable community with almost 370 students, international students. Most of the population are African American students. But I found out most of them, they have behavioral issues, and they are growing in the same environment like me. So I found out Carlos Rosario School is an adult education program that is helping me with improving my English, and they are encouraging me to become a better professional and make a difference and make a great impact in the community. So I'm pretty sure that with my example, I have a great responsibility in my shoulders, and I can change their life. I could say, like, I'm gonna give up, I am not gonna go to college, but I made the right decision. So now I'm helping my family, and I'm helping these children that never in the past have the opportunity like me. So I would like to introduce with Delena. She has a question to tell you, and thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Clark, welcome again. My name is Delana Ball, and I'm from Missouri. In your opinion, what skills and/or education do adult learners need to fill the workforce gaps in our community, or in your community? I do apologize.
Well, I would say in our specific community, what we've encountered is primarily communication skills. So most of the adult learners in the programs that I'm familiar with in our area would be a language barrier, English as a second language, primarily Spanish speaking, although we have several Asian cultures and African as well. But it's primarily Spanish, and we need to be able to get them so that they can communicate in English well enough to be understood in the workplace. But in working with Diane's program, I think there's quite a bit of overlap that we can take advantage of in our training programs to help that happen.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. And I would like to introduce Luis.
Hello, sir. My name is Luis Calzada. I represent the White Adult Educations in the state of Michigan. I would like to ask, what opportunities are there for adult students to expand their partnership with the Chamber of Commerce?
Right, so that's the most important, that's critical. And so last year when I had an opportunity to meet with the Arizona program, I didn't realize how much synergy and overlap there already was occurring. And we absolutely need to tap into that. It's everything that Diane was telling me about that they need, we're already working on in different areas. So I think there's a lot of potential for us to work together. Some of the things that we do specifically in workforce development as a chamber is prepare high school students to enter the workforce. And so they need a lot of help with resume skills, interviewing skills, and customer service skills. Well, these are all of the things that we all face in trying to enter the workforce, right? So our military advisory group has brought to our attention that returning veterans have the same issues. They don't know how to translate their skills that they learned in the military to civilian life. So they need help pointing out their skills and how it applies to a civilian workforce. Many of you that have come from other places had skills that you learned in your native country that we need to be able to present to the employers here and get you more involved in the workforce. And again, that's going to come down to interviewing skills, building your confidence. I admire those of you who English is your second language. I've taken Spanish and I've taken German, and at no point do you ever want to be the one who talks in class, right? So I admire your bravery in just doing even that, let alone everything else that you've overcome. But so practicing those interview skills, we already have programs in place, like I said, to teach the kids that it's easily adaptable for adult learning. And those are just, those are just the surface ones. It goes much deeper.
Thank you. And Justine Black.
Hi, Mr. Clark. I'm Justine Geiger, and I represent Novi Adults Ed in Michigan. And we would like to know, how can you expand awareness about the importance of adult education, and how can you help us to do that as well?
This is part of what I'm most excited about. So the chambers tend to be positioned well in the community. They tend to be in the center, if you will. We work with all different groups in the community. So by partnering with your local chambers, you're positioning yourself well to get those stories out into the community. By working with the chamber on a consistent basis, you'll be able to set up those programs that you're looking for. And that alone will get you the recognition that you're looking for as far as getting it out, because by participating in one of the chamber programs or creating a chamber program, you're automatically going to come in contact with major employers, elected officials, business leaders, and faith-based leaders as well.
Thank you. I would like to turn it over to Shanti.
Hello, Mr. Clark. How are you? I'm Shatu Abba. I'm representing South Baltimore Learning Center from Baltimore, Maryland. As you can see, everyone has a story, including you, may say respectfully. But what we do all have in common is that we all want further our education. Educate and elevate, right? So, and support our families also, and kind of fill in the workforce gaps in our communities and your community. So we all would like to take the time out to immensely thank you for listening and sharing your opinion with us. And thank you so much, Mr. Clark.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mr. Clark, I would like to... We have a COABE Coalition for a Good Basic Education and all Arizona for Lifelong Learning. I would like to present a certificate for all the support that we're receiving from you and every training that we are being having. Thank you very much.
Thank you.